I'm Airman First Class John Hahn. I'm an aerospace propulsion apprentice. What that means is I'm a jet engine mechanic in the Air Force. Right now we're about to start the engine up. Pretty intense, a lot of wind, a lot of noise.
Today on Girls Go Geek, finding comic book love in the Scottish Highlands.
Wow, I'm a sci-fi comic video game geek.
Welcome to Girls Go Geek. I'm your host, Amber Mack. On today's episode, Casey McKinnon joins us to talk about A Comic Book Orange, and we show you the best way to share your favorite movie moments. Before we kick off our interview, here are some highlights from Casey's life online.
From all of us here at the Spacing Guild, welcome aboard.
She first kicked off her podcasting career in 2005 with KitCast, a show featuring sexy news and entertainment.
Here's the news.
After a string of popular episodes and positive media mentions, Casey decided to shift gears.
Today I have the honor to inform you that I'll be starting a new video blog with regards to my favorite subject matter. What subject's that?
In a world where sci-fi and comedy collide.
In 2006, she launched Gladicast from her Montreal apartment, complete with many comedic moments,
So butch.
Butch.
creative costumes, and special effects. Today, as the host and producer of A Comic Book Orange,
Well, yeehaw, y'all!
Casey is now living in the heart of the web video world in Los Angeles. How did you get involved in producing web videos?
I started a blog and it was just sort of a natural progression from that. And I realized eventually that blogging is just really boring to me. I preferred making videos, because there's so much more creativity. You can actually make skits and everything, which was the thing that we loved to do the most. So we started with this comedy show, and then we changed to this. We had a sci-fi show and then a comic book show, and they're definitely not necessarily the same audiences.
Have you always been interested in comic books, or is this something new?
This is something that came around 1997, because I moved to Scotland and I was all alone and bored and trying to think of what I should do. And I went into a comic book shop, and I was actually looking for local Scottish comics, and they didn't really find much. But I picked up the Jay and Silent Bob comics from Kevin Smith, and I loved them. So I started reading more and more and more.
What are some of your favorite comic books?
My absolute favorite comic book is called Channel Zero. It's by Brian Wood, who is my favorite writer, and the girl in that, Jenny 2.0, is someone I want to be. In fact, to such a degree that that's my Halloween costume, and I've planned it months and months in advance.
So tell me a little bit about A Comic Book Orange, about the show, and how you guys put it all together.
Well, Comic Book Orange, we actually started over 3 years ago. It was picked up by Next New Networks, which was really cool. But then they decided, the comic book audience is pretty small, so they didn't want to do comic books anymore. So sadly, we stopped doing it for about a year and a half, and I had a lot of people just come up to me and go like, "Where's A Comic Book Orange? I want A Comic Book Orange." And so I pretty much if I made the decision that I wanted to bring it back independently. I don't care about funding at this point. I just want to do it.
What about putting A Comic Book Orange together? Do you do a lot of the editing or all of the editing?
I do all of the editing. It takes a long time.
Don't y'all think so?
I recently read on your Twitter account that you were doing a geek photo shoot. And I have to ask, because being a geek myself, I'm curious, what is a geek photo shoot?
Well, it's actually this guy from Germany, and he started making this photo set that he was taking pictures of geeky girls doing geeky things. So the first one was this girl playing Xbox in her underwear, surrounded by like pizza boxes and chips and just junk, and it was just so adorable, because she was really intensely playing her Xbox, which was awesome. But for me, we decided we were going to do a Barbarella shoot.
When you're not working on A Comic Book Orange or your acting career, what do you like to do as far as just really geeking out?
When I have a free moment, I definitely play my Xbox down there. I play a lot of Left 4 Dead and Portal and Half-Life, and then every once in a while I'll kick back and play a lot of Rock Band. You can actually, here, I'm going to turn the camera. You can see that's my Rock Band kick right there. Yeah, it's very swanky.
So tell us, where can we find more about A Comic Book Orange and all of your other projects?
Everything I do is just thename.com. So CaseyMcKinnon.com, acomicbookorange.com, galacticast.com.
If you ever wanted to bring a piece of Hollywood into your home, here's more about the Netflix experience on Xbox Live. Netflix and Xbox Live are now more integrated than ever. You can watch Netflix movies and TV shows remotely with your friends using Party Watch. But that's not all. You can also browse categories and new releases, see what your friends are watching, and create a video queue, all from your Xbox 360. That's it for today's show. Big thanks to Casey for joining us on this episode. Remember, if you have ideas for an upcoming guest or a segment, I'd love to get your emails at amber@girlsgogeek.tv. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.